In today's dissection practicals, we are going to see the posterior triangle. As you all know, posterior triangle lies behind the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid. So, I am going to tell you the boundaries of the posterior triangle. So, posterior triangle as such, it's bounded anteriorly by the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid, and posteriorly it is bounded by the anterior border of trapezius muscle. So, this is the trapezius muscle. So, this entire triangle is divided into two parts by means of inferior belly of omohyoid. So, as you all can see here, this is the inferior belly of omohyoid muscle. This inferior belly divides the entire posterior triangle into above a large triangle that's called as occipital triangle, and below the inferior belly of omohyoid a small triangle you can appreciate, that will be subclavian triangle. So, let us see the boundary of entire posterior triangle first. Anteriorly it is bounded by posterior border of sternocleidomastoid. Posteriorly it is bounded by the anterior border of trapezius. Apex is formed where the sternocleidomastoid and trapezius are meeting. Base is formed by middle 1/3 of the clavicle. So, you can see the forceps, that will be the base of the entire posterior triangle. Now, we will see what is the boundary, what are the structures that is forming the roof and the floor. So, roof is formed by skin. When you reflect the skin, you can see the superficial fascia. When you reflect the superficial fascia, we can see investing layer of deep cervical fascia, which is removed in this. The floor muscles will be, it is formed by the splenius capitis. Okay, you can see all the floor muscles, the muscle fibers are running downwards and backwards. So, you can see splenius capitis. In some textbooks there is a mention of semispinalis capitis. If that semispinalis capitis, the vertical muscle fibers are present here, but it is only sometimes you can see. So, you can appreciate splenius capitis. Then you can appreciate the levator scapulae muscle. This will be the levator scapulae muscle, and always identify that levator scapulae, the spinal accessory nerve will run. So, that is how you have to identify the structures. This muscle is levator scapulae, and on the levator scapulae you can see the spinal accessory nerve running. Then you can appreciate scalenus medius. So, this muscle what you are seeing here is scalenus medius, and this will be scalenus posterior, this is scalenus medius. Anteriorly will be scalenus anterior. So, these are the structures that are forming the floor. I will repeat, you can see splenius capitis, this muscle is levator scapulae, then you can appreciate scalenus medius, scalenus posterior, scalenus medius, scalenus anterior. So, these are the muscles that is forming from above downwards. Let us see what are the contents and boundaries of the occipital triangle. Occipital triangle is bounded anteriorly by the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid. Posteriorly it is bounded by the anterior border of trapezius muscle. Apex is formed by the meeting point of the sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius at the superior nuchal line. But the base is formed by the inferior belly of omohyoid muscle. So, you can appreciate here, this is the inferior belly of omohyoid. So, right now I have said you the boundaries of the occipital triangle. Let us identify the contents. So, here you can make out the nerve that is resting on the levator scapulae. So, this nerve is the spinal accessory nerve. Always identify the structure. Spinal accessory nerve, it rests on the levator scapulae muscle. So, you can appreciate this is the levator scapulae muscle, and this is the spinal accessory nerve that supplies both sternocleidomastoid and trapezius. Then you can make out running parallel to the spinal accessory nerve is the third and fourth cervical nerve. So, this is the third cervical nerve, this is the fourth cervical nerve. So third and fourth cervical nerve will run parallel to the spinal accessory nerve. So three structures from above downwards. I hope it's very clear. This is the spinal accessory nerve, which is the genuine and the highest content of the occipital triangle. Running parallel to that will be third cervical nerve. This will be the fourth cervical nerve. Then there is a nerve that pierces the scalenus medius and it is coming out. So as you all can see here, see, this will be the dorsal scapular nerve. See, this is the dorsal scapular nerve that always pierces the scalenus medius. Apart from that, you can appreciate the cutaneous branches of cervical plexus. See, here you can make out these are the supraclavicular nerves. The other nerves will be, this will be the lesser occipital nerve. Okay, it always hooks the spinal accessory nerve. Greater auricular nerve is not there in this specimen. You can make out the three cutaneous branches, that is supraclavicular nerve. So these are the contents. Apart from that, the arteries are present. Yes, this will be the dorsal scapular artery. Okay, I hope the contents are understood. Sometimes you can also make out the cord of brachial plexus there. Here I am pulling it, I think here around this will be the cord of brachial plexus. Next we will see the boundary of the supraclavicular triangle. It's a small triangle as you can appreciate here. So anteriorly it is bounded by the posterior border of sternocleidomastoid. Above you can appreciate the inferior belly of omohyoid is forming the boundary, and below you can make out the clavicle is forming the base. So since it is a very small triangle, the important and the genuine content will be subclavian artery, subclavian vein, and cords of or trunks of brachial plexus. Not cords, trunks of brachial plexus. So here we can make out this will be the subclavian artery. Anterior to the subclavian artery will be the vein, and this will be the cords, trunks of brachial plexus. Vein I cannot show you in this picture as the triangle is very small and the vein lies more anteriorly, but you can appreciate nicely the subclavian vein and the trunks of brachial plexus. That's all from the contents of posterior triangle. Thank you.